Here is the recipe that I cook in this video. Feel free to screenshot, write it down, or copy from the description. If you normally think of chicken as boring or tasteless, chicken thighs are the answer. These amazingly convenient and cheap cuts of meat are incredibly easy to cook in a variety of ways. Today, I will show you my preferred way to cook these, which takes all the guesswork out of this weeknight staple. First, you're going to want to preheat your oven. If you have a good handle on how long your oven takes, you can wait to do this until a later step. But do not forget to do this, as timing is important to this technique. While that's heating, let's get our food prepped. I'm pairing the chicken thighs with asparagus today, but broccoli, Brussels sprouts, or green beans are all great ideas. Once again, the base spices I'm going to use are salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Take the chicken thighs out of the package and pat them dry with a paper towel. This helps to ensure the skin gets nice and crispy in the pan. I'm using skin-on, bone-in chicken thighs here. The skin is going to provide a protective barrier so that we don't overcook the meat while we pan-sear the thigh. If you can find skin-on, boneless chicken thighs at your store, those would work too, and cook faster. But most stores don't have them, and I usually don't take the effort to remove them myself. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs are great, but I wouldn't pan-sear them. I would bake those or cube them and put them in chicken tacos, fried rice, or spaghetti sauce. Once those are ready, just sprinkle the skin with kosher salt and black pepper. I advise not adding any other spices to the skin, as they are likely to burn when we sear it. To the flesh side, add salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I am also going to add some smoked paprika, which works really well with the flavor of this cut. Once those are prepared, set them aside and let's get our asparagus ready. These are some rather sad-looking asparagus. It's February when I'm filming this after all, but they will be fine. Rinse them with some cold water and while they are still in a bunch, cut off the woody bit of the stem, about an inch from the base on these stalks. Set those aside and take a baking sheet and line it with some tinfoil. Lay your asparagus down in an even layer. Add a generous sprinkle of garlic powder, a large pinch of kosher salt, and plenty of black pepper. Oh, and there is the oven reaching 350 by the way. Add about a tablespoon of olive oil to the asparagus and mix them thoroughly to evenly coat the spears in spices and oil. Ideally, I should have the asparagus lined up in a single layer, but these asparagus were so thin it wasn't a problem for some to be stacked on top of each other. Set those aside while we sear our chicken thighs. For this you will need an oven-safe pan, either cast iron like I have here, carbon steel, stainless steel, or an oven-safe non-stick will work. Add in about a tablespoon of olive oil and heat it on medium-high heat until shimmering. Once ready, lay the chicken thighs skin side down in the hot oil. Once those are down, try to move them as little as possible over the next 5 or 6 minutes as the skin crisps up. This is going to be messy. If you have a gas stove or your electric coils are exposed, make sure to put a screen over the pan to keep the sputtering oil from covering your stovetop. Once you can clearly see the skin has turned golden and crispy, turn off the burner and flip the chicken thighs. Remove the pan from the heat. Now, to keep an eye on the temperature while it cooks, I like to use an oven-safe probe thermometer with a long cable. I've set this one to 175, our target temperature. Just insert the probe into the thickest part of the largest thigh. Now, this isn't necessary. If you let it go for about 15 minutes, it will be delicious and plenty safe to eat. This just lets me know so I don't pull the chicken too early, which can be tempting. With that attached, carefully set the pan into the hot oven, along with the seasoned asparagus, and just let that cook until the internal temperature reaches 175 or about 15 minutes. Carefully remove the chicken and veggies from the oven and serve. Now this is a perfect meal for 1 or 2 people. It is very hard to mess this up, and it results in crispy skin and juicy meat every time. Now, I will admit, I've had better asparagus, but for what it is and the $1 I paid for it, it could be a lot worse. The chicken, on the other hand, is amazing. If you normally don't like chicken, give this one a try. It comes together quick and always results in an amazing meal. Thanks for watching. I know this and last week's meals have been just a protein and a green vegetable, but these really are some of the best healthy weeknight meals to try and cut down on carbs and still have a hearty meal. Next week, carbs are back, and I hope to run you through some tips for better weeknight tacos.